Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia stock and also other semiconductors, AMD, ARM, Broadcom, SMCI and Micron. So, Nvidia is still in that blue box, the bullish territory. However, it is not showing enough strength to continue higher where it is right now. It's more of a choppy day. This is usually when you would these choppiness are the times that a direction can turn into another direction, which means to say we were going in an uptrend, bulls tried to hold it back up, but if we wanted to see continuous strength fully on the bullish side, Nvidia need to continue higher. Okay, if we are seeing these type of sell-offs, the weaknesses, that means the bullish strength is just not enough. And just because there's this huge supply zone that has come, sellers, technically though, we would expect distribution phase to come up here, but just selling is just so much right now that sellers are not even letting it go even higher into that supply zone. So that just shows that how much sell-off pressure is there. Now, before going further, I want to also let you know that none of this is any financial advice. This is only for education purposes. I'm just sharing here my opinion, nothing more than that. Please go and do whatever you want to do, okay? So, what do we do from here? What am I seeing? Well, so first of all, yes, technically it can be argued we are above 20 days moving average as well still, and we are still into this blue box above $123 to 125. But the thing is that, guys, when we had this dramatic sell-off with this one red candle as a liquidity grab for the last 2 days, the bulls, they tried to took it higher, but they are struggling to take it much higher, right? We need to see I won't discount everything yet still, but what you usually want to see after this is some continuous strength to the upside. But right now, what it looks like is a lower pivot in formation because today's candle couldn't continue higher, right? So I won't be surprised if this 20 hours moving average breaks at this point. So let's go to the hourly interval. All right, and you can see Nvidia is still struggling underneath of that 200 hours moving average even today. So it tried to go up but is selling off. Yes, it found support at that 123 in the pre-market today as well, that level, but it's rejected at 200 hours moving average. This is what happens. We call it, a distribution phase, or whenever the direction has to change, you will receive this choppiness because bulls will try to keep pushing it higher in that trend, but the sellers are just so much that they want to change the direction. And it's surprising enough that the bears or sellers are not even letting it go higher. Now, what from here, guys? The things still remain the same. 123 below at this point. If we lose this level with 20 days moving average, if not today, then tomorrow, again, it's a continuation to the downside. All right, and then we have to see if at around 120 it can form a pivot, but for that pivot to confirm itself, we need to get out and above of blue box, which is still far-fetched. Trade Nvidia only intraday. As I said, bullish strength will only come if we can get above 125, close at least an hourly candle above 125, and from there 125 and 50 cents in other words, and from there also make our way above 200 hours moving average. That's when some bullish strength can be expected. But right now, I'm not seeing that. This is just turning into a lower pivot right now. So that's for bulls is a problem. And that's what I also have been saying in my video yesterday that I did in the evening. It's time to be a bit cautious. All right. So guys, I'm not seeing strength right now in Nvidia. Just stay on. Only above the blue box, I would say some strength would come. There is one more chance that Nvidia can hold some bullish strength. That will be around 120. If another pivot can form and Nvidia can get above 125 and 50 cents area, that could be argued as a pivot. However, if Nvidia continues to sell off with this lower pivot and doesn't hold any pivot at around 120 area to this, yes, 116 to 120, but in this most in this case, I would like to see it around 190 to 120. If Nvidia can't hold this pivot, then definitely this thing will continue down to maybe $106 and or 50 days moving average. All right, that's Nvidia for the morning update. I'll talk about it later as well in the evening. Now, AMD. So poor thing. So AMD guys, yeah, this is just trade intraday. I would suggest this is just so choppy. This thing has a habit of getting into choppiness. Plan is still the same. As long as we are not above this blue box, things will not start to look good. It's still selling off into that blue box. It can then continue lower, in my opinion, because it's failing to continue above blue box and above 20 days moving average. So any bounces, rebounds are just being shorted right now. So I'm not seeing that continuous strength on this. If any upside has to come, it would be close above 115 and 87 cents. ARM today doing a bit of a sell-off, okay, at this one of the levels, and this is what I said yesterday, that if intraday any cool-off has to come, that will come below 164. But remember, structure on this is not bearish. This is just going into the sideways or distribution action. So on hourly interval, if we go over there, at this point, and as this cool off is coming, and I said that if we continue to stay below 163 and 99 cents, and you can see today's sell off is coming there, then it can cool off. So yeah, it can cool off down. It's only an intraday scalp though, and some of it has already happened. So it's just an intraday cool off, but nothing more than that. Structure on this is still technically bullish. So eventually, yeah, with the price action holding, double bottom, what price action at those important levels that I showed you on intraday as well, marked by my indicator. If you need access to my tools, links are in the description below. That marks automatic levels and a lot more other things. Yeah, at those levels, this structure is technically still bullish. It's just going sideways right now, but nothing more than that. Even if this has to form a lower pivot, for that pivot to form, it has to first lose 149 and 70 cents area. Otherwise, no, this is not a confirmed pivot yet. Broadcom. All right, yes, told you to stay away from it, right? Don't buy it, even it has gotten out of that trend line. But I said that it's just the strength is not there on hourly interval. It's just failing to continue higher. Yeah, it's still weak enough that it can, yeah, there's not much strength right now on this thing in Broadcom. Just stay away from it. SMCI. So SMCI, $30 up. So yeah, guys, so it did it. So it, okay, so this was the level 835 and 855. If SMCI could have gotten above it, I said that structure will start to look upside again, and it's doing that. It's holding that pivot. So yeah, this can, yeah, as long as now it stays above 855, it can, technically it's a continuation higher. All right. Yeah, it's holding the pivot. So it tried to go below 20 and 50 days moving average, got bought back up yesterday. If any position is taken, it has to be taken in accordance with that, with the stop loss on the other side. Okay, so yeah, structure still is holding bullish on this thing. And yeah, as long as it stays above 855 and 835 area, this can just continue higher. If we lose this, we have to lose it this time with a big red candle. And accordingly, you need your stop loss regardless when the structure change or whatever. Any position you take has to have a stop loss. Micron. So Micron, as I said, that usually after a week, or well, not week, but if we have a sell-off in the post market after earnings, we see a follow-up day, we are seeing a follow-through day today. It can come down to 130, at least the next level. And then if we lose that with, within 50, and then if we lose 50 days moving average, it can continue lower. So yes, as for, at least for right now, we have a lower pivot on this thing. And this is what I suggested, that any rebound on this can be shorted today as long as we stay below this area of 137 to 139. And you can see rebound on this are getting shorted because, well, it's a follow through after earnings, right? So yeah, we also have a lower high here in the pivot. So intraday, yes, weakness is there. Also structure is weak now on daily. All right, so yeah, guys, that's it for this video. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.